Has happened before with President Trump stopping short of clearly denouncing far-right extremist and racist groups and sentiments when prompted. William Brangham has our deeper dive into that exchange from last night's debate.
Repeatedly criticized the vice president.
This is the moment when the president, again, was unwilling to criticize racist groups in America.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared to
do
specifically
that,
do it? Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. Do you want to call him? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
white supremacists.
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem.
The Proud Boys are part of a loose network of far-right extremist and racist groups in the U.S., many of whom have aligned themselves closely with the president and his policies. Last night, New York Times reporter Mike Baker tweeted that some Proud Boys had modified their logo to include the president's words, "Stand back, stand by," seemingly taking them as their new motto. Leaving the White House today, President Trump said he didn't know who the Proud Boys were, but he urged restraint.
They have to stand down, let law enforcement do their work.
But last night was just the latest example of the president's reluctance to clearly rebuke extremist far-right groups. In 2017, after clashes in Charlottesville, Virginia, at a white supremacist protest where a woman was murdered, he said this.
You had some very bad people in that group, but you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Some kind of white supremacist.
Just 2 weeks ago, President Trump's FBI director, Christopher Wray, warned Congress of the threat posed by white supremacists.
The white supremacists are the largest chunk of the racially motivated domestic terrorists.
But let me also say that racially motivated violent extremists over recent years have been responsible for the most lethal activity in the U.S.
Also this month, Brian Murphy, an official in the Department of Homeland Security, filed a whistleblower complaint claiming that other senior officials directed him to downplay the threat of white supremacy, quote, in a manner that made the threat appear less severe. The Trump campaign pushed back, noting the president's new Platinum Plan for black communities, which touches on economic and healthcare issues, but also calls for the Department of Justice to treat the Ku Klux Klan as a domestic terror organization. Former Vice President Joe Biden addressed the president's remarks about the Proud Boys at an Ohio train stop today.
My message to the Proud Boys and every other white supremacist group is cease and desist. That's not who we are. This is not who we are as Americans.
Biden has said the president's words about Charlottesville spurred him to launch his 2020 bid. He said Mr. Trump's remarks last night were, quote, a wake-up call for all Americans. For more on all of this, I am joined now by Janae Nelson. She is Associate Director Counsel at the NAACP's Legal Defense and Education Fund, and by